Sirs, for the ship of state the gods once more, after much rocking on a stormy surge, set her on even keel. Now therefore you of all others, by my summoners I bade come hither, having found you first right loyal ever to the kingly power, in Laius' time and next, while Oedipus offered the commonwealth, and since his fall with steadfast purposes abiding still, circling their progeny. Now since they perished, both on one day, slain by a two-edged fate, striking and stricken, sullied with the stain of mutual fratricide, I, as you know, in the right of kinship nearest to the dead, possess the throne and take the supreme power. Howbeit it is impossible to know the spirit of any man, purpose or will, before it be displayed by exercise in government and laws. To me, I say, now as of old, that pilot of the state who sets no hand to the best policy, but remains tongue-tied through some terror, seems vilest of men. Him, too, who sets a friend before his native land, I prize at nothing. Gods who seest all things always, witness it. If I perceive their safety, where safety should have been, mischief advancing toward my citizens, I will not sit in silence, nor count as friend to me the country's enemy. But thus I deem, she is our ark of safety, and friends are made then only, when embarked upon her deck, we ride the seas upright. Such are the laws by which I mean no further the city's welfare, and akin to these I have given orders to the citizens, touching the sons of Oedipus. Oedicles, who in this city's quarrel fought and fell, the foremost of our champions in the fray, they should entomb in full sanctity of rites that solemnize the downward road of their dead greatest. Him the while, his brother, that Polynices, who returning home a banished man, sought to lay waste with fire his household gods, his native country, sought to glut himself with his own kindred's blood, or carry them away to slavery. It has been promulgated to the city, no man shall bury, none shall wail for him, unsepulchred, shamed in the eyes of men. His body shall be left to be devoured by dogs and fowls in the air. Such is my will. Never with me shall wicked men usurp the honors of the righteous, but whoever friendly to the cities shall by me, living or dead, be honored equally.
Cran Minucius' son, we hear your pleasure both on the city's friend and her foe. It is your sovereignty's prerogative to pass with absolute freedom on the dead, and us who have survived them.
Pleased to see what has been said performed.
That charge confer on someone who is younger.
Of the body, centuries are set already.
Then what else is there besides which you lay on us?
Not to connive at disobedience.
There is no such fool as to embrace his death.
Death is the penalty, but men right often are brought to ruin through their dreams of gain.
My lord, I will not say, breathless with speed I come, flying a nimble foot, for truly I had many sticking points of thought, wheeling about to march upon my rear. For my heart whispered me all sorts of counsel. Poor wretch, why go? I meet thy sentence, wretch. Tarrying again, if Creon hears the news from others' lips, how shalt thou then not rue it? Out of this whirligig I came to pass. I hastened at my leisure. A short road thus becomes long. Nevertheless, at last I won the day to come hither, to your presence, and speak I will, though nothing have to say, for I come clinging to the hope that I can suffer nothing, save my destiny.
Well, and what caused you this disheartenment?
First, let me tell you what concerns myself. I do protest. I neither did the deed nor saw it done. Whoever 'twas who did it, nor should I rightly come to any harm.
At all events, you are a good tactician, and fence the matter off all round, but clearly you have something strange to tell?
Yes, serious tidings induce much hesitation.
Once and for all, please to speak out and make an end and go.
Why, I am telling you, that body someone has just now buried, sprinkled thirsty dust over the form, added the proper rites, and has gone off.
What say you? What man dared to do it?
I know not, there was no dint there, of any mattock not a sod was turned, merely hard ground and bare, without a break. Without a rep from wheels, it was some workman who left no mark. When the first day's sentry shewed what had happened, we were all dismayed. The body had vanished, not indeed interred, but a light dust lay on it, as if poured out by one who had shunned the curse, and then appeared no trace that a wild beast or any hound had come or torn the carcass. Angry words were bandied up and down, guard blaming guard, and blows had like to end it, none being by to hinder, for each one of us in turn stood culprit, non-convicted, but the plea, I know not passed. Ready were we to take hot iron in hand or pass through fire, and call the gods to witness that we neither did it nor were accessory to any man who compassed it or did it. So at last, when we were all searching proved to be in vain, there speaks up one, who made us every man hang down our heads for fear, knowing no way to say him nay or without scath comply. His burden was, this business must be carried to you without reserve. That voice prevailed, and me, poor wretch, the lot condemns to get this piece of luck. I come a post unwilling. I well believe it. To unwilling ears, none love the messenger who brings bad news. My lord, my heart misgave me from the first. This must be something more than natural.
Truce to your speech before I choke with rage, lest you be found at once graybeard and fool. To say that guardian deities would care for this dead body is intolerable. Could they, by the way of supereminent honor, paid to a benefactor, give him burial, who came to fire their land, their pillared fanes and sacred treasures, and set laws at naught? Or do you see gods honoring the bad? 'Tis false. These orders from the first some people hardly accepted, murmuring at me, shaking their heads in secret, stiffening uneasy necks against this yoke of mine. They have suborned these sentinels to do it, I know that well. No such ill currency ever appeared as money to mankind. This is it that sacks cities. This routs out men from their homes and trains and turns astray the minds of honest mortals, setting them upon base actions. This made plain to men habits of all misdoing, and cognizance of every work of wickedness. Howbeit such hireling perpetrators in the end have wrought so far that they shall pay for it. So surely as I live to worship Jove, I know this for truth, I swear it in your ears. Except you find and bring before my face the real actor of this funeral, death by itself shall not suffice for you. Before, hung up alive, you have revealed the secret of this outrage, that henceforth you may seek plunder. Not without respect of where your profit lies, it may be taught it is not good to covet all men's pay. For mark you, by corruption few men thrive, and many come to mischief.
Have I leave to say a word, or shall I turn and go?
Cannot you see your prating tortures me?
Pricks you how deep? In the ears or in the spleen?
Why do you gauge my chafing where it lies?
Your heartache were the doers, your earache mine.
Ouch, what a bare-faced blabberborn art thou!
Never the actor in this business, though.
Yes, and for money you would sell your soul.
Plague on it, 'tis hard. A man should be suspicious, and with false suspicion.
Yes, suspicion. Mince it as best you may, make me to know whose are these doings, or you shall soon allow left-handed gains work their own punishment.
I wish he may be found, chance must decide, whether or no. Will I not? Certainly see me returning hither. Heaven be praised, I am in safety, past all thought or dream.